with us, and before you, Your Excellency, we are blessed to have the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Robina Nabanjo. Your Excellency, we are also blessed to have the Right Honorable Secretary General of the NRM, Honorable Richard Todlong. Your Excellency, we are also blessed to have Honorable Ministers. Honorable Tom Botime is here from Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. We also have Honorable Minister of State for Higher Education, Honorable Dr. Jesse Muyingu. We are also blessed to have the Honorable Minister of State for Sports and the leader of delegation for Team Uganda in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, Honorable Hamson Dennis Obua. Your Excellency, we also have His Excellency the Ambassador of Japan in Kampala, Uganda, His Excellency Fukusawa Idemoto, accompanied by the First Secretary, Mrs. Oyama. We are blessed also with the several permanent secretaries, Doreen Katusime from Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education and Sports, Kat Lamaro. We are blessed, Your Excellency, to also have several government representatives from the Ministry of Education and Sports and other organs of government. We have with us Mr. William Blick, who not only represents Uganda, but Africa in the International Olympic Committee Executive Board, as well the Chairman and President of Uganda Olympic Committee, Mr. and Dr. Ronald Ukare, among others. Your Excellency, this occasion is a state reception organized for Team Uganda for successive and impressive performance ever since 1956. Your Excellency, Team Uganda participation was blessed by you and Mama, and I want to thank you for all the support offered on behalf of the administrative and technical team that represented Uganda very well. I note, Your Excellency, in total there were 205 countries of the world, and I say here with a lot of excitement that our performance was impressive and will open a new platform for Uganda in many ways. The Honorable Minister will be able to provide additional information, but I'm proud as a General Team Manager to say that out of 205 countries of the world, we are blessed to take the 37th position. But more importantly, in Africa, we finished second overall, behind, in front of the powerhouse like South Africa, Morocco, and Japan, and Nigeria, who finished distant 74th position. Your Excellency, allow me now to present Team Uganda to you for recognition. I will start with the field of athletics, and I will ask the members of Team Uganda, the athletic team, once your name is mentioned, please stand up for recognition. I start with Alima Nakai, 800 meters. Alima Nakai is the current world champion for 800 meters. I have Winnie Nanyondo, 1,500 meters. Winnie Nanyondo is ranked 7th in the whole world. I have With honor, I will later present her in a special way, but for now, for your recognition, to present Peru's Chemutai for 3,000 meters steeplechase. Allow me to present Esther Chebet for 5,000 meters. Allow me to present Priska Sesang, 5,000 meters. Allow me to present Meselen Chelangat, 5,000 meters. We have Juliet Chekwell for marathon. Immaculate Chemutai for marathon. She's joining us this evening. Lenny Shida, 400 meters. Ronald Musagala, 1,500 meters. Oscar Kiplimo, 5,000 meters. Oscar proceeded to Italy. He has Diamond League competition, and he requested Team Uganda leader to allow him proceed. So he's not with us at the moment. I have Inspector of Police, Josuah Cheptegei. I will later introduce him in a special way, Your Excellency, for 10,000 meters and 5,000 meters, respectively. I have Jacob Kiplimo, 10,000 meters. I will later also introduce him separately. I have Albert Chemutai, 3,000 meters steeplechase. I have Stephen Kisa, 10,000 meters. I have Felix Chemonges, marathon. I have Fred Musobo, marathon. I have Stephen Kiprotich, Superintendent of Police, Kiprotich, marathon. Boxing. I have Catherine Nanziri, flyweight, the first female boxer to represent Uganda in the Olympics. We have Musa Shadir Bogi, welterweight. We have David K. Kavuma Semuju, middleweight. Your Excellency, we're also blessed to have one lady rower called Kathleen Noble Grace for rowing single sculls. And I want to proudly mention that she finished 26th out of 42 women in the single scull event at the Olympics. This is the very first time we are participating as a country in rowing and setting a stage at the level of Olympics with a very high performance rate. But she also managed to set her own personal best time in semifinals in the same games. Your Excellency, we're also blessed to have two swimmers, Atuhire Ambala, 50 meters freestyle. We have Kirabo Namutebi, 50 meters freestyle. Kirabo Namutebi proceeded to Kazan, where she's undergoing a one-year scholarship training program sponsored by FINA. But the mother is here. Allow me to ask Ajat Namanda Adija to stand up for recognition. Ajat Adija Namanda works with the Electoral Commission of Uganda. Your Excellency, Team Uganda also had officials who are classified under administrative and technical. Behind this successful performance, Your Excellency, we also had the technical and administrative team that heavily supported them, and we refer to them as the unsung heroes of our sports subsector. Allow me, once again, to introduce the team. Honorable Dennis Amson Obua, who was the head of delegation for Team Uganda. We're also blessed to have Mr. William Blick, International Olympic Committee member and presentation for Africa. We had Dr. Donna Rokare, President of Uganda Olympic Committee and Chairman National Council of Sports. We have Beatrice Ayikuru, who was a chief de mission, and she's to join us tomorrow. She has remained behind to clear Team Uganda from the hostel where they were designated. Also blessed to have the general team manager, who happened to be me, Your Excellency, Dr. Ogwell Bernard Patu. We had the team physician, team doctor, Dr. Jacqueline Nana Nakidu. She's not with us here. We are blessed to have the physiotherapist, Prosi Namosisi, who did a great job, assisted by Tom Omen, who is a personal physiotherapist for Josuah Cheptegei. He's not with us here. We are also blessed to have Shadia Nakamanya, who is a chaperone who takes care of all the ladies in the team Uganda. We had administrators, Elijah Nanuzi, team administrator, and Ivan Mugowa. They're all not here, they're still traveling from Tokyo. We had the media liaison officer for Team Uganda, Aisha Nasanga, who made all the Ugandan media houses to have relevant information for the games. Your Excellency, we are also blessed to have with us Mr. Moses Mwase, who doubles as President, Uganda Swimming Federation, and Vice President, Uganda Olympic Committee. We also had Ganzi Mugula, the athletes representative in the National Olympic Committee. Your Excellency, we had the following coaches for the various sports. We had Mr. Adrenas Ruta for athletics and personal coach of Joshua Cheptegei. We had Mr. Faustino Kiwa, athletics. We also had Gordon Aimbisibwe, we also had Mr. Dominic Otuchet Udabo, not only as president, but also offered administrative support to all the athletes. We call now Mr. Otuchet Golden President because of the many medals he has won for us. We had Mr. Bijingo. We also had Mr. Benjamin Injia, coach for athletics, IP Benjamin Injia. We also had Margaret Ijala. We also had, for boxing, Mr. Hassan Mohamed Molandi. I also had we also had Mr. Patrick Lihanda. For rowing, we had Roderick Momuza, assisted by Hassan Iqbal, he's not with us here. For swimming, we had Mr. Mustafaro Mwanguzi. Your Excellency, you're also blessed to have Mr. Sorowen Handru, who was representing Uganda Police Force, where Joshua comes from, and Peruth, who are our golden heroes in this competition. Your Excellency, we are also blessed to have two distinguished Ugandans officiate as technical officials in the Games. Mr. Salim Senkungu Musoke for weightlifting. We are also able to be blessed with Mr. Achiga Fula for boxing, who officiated not only preliminaries, but the semi-finals and the finals of the boxing competition in the Olympic Games. In Africa, I think there were only 4. Your Excellency, this was Team Uganda, and I want to thank you once again for all the support offered, and for our Senior Minister and First Lady for ensuring that all the support we needed was provided timely to enable us succeed, and we have evidence and accountability of good performance, Your Excellency. With the honor now, allow me to invite Mr. Donald Rokare, who is going to speak on behalf of Uganda Olympic Committee and National Council of Sports. Dr. Donald Rokare, please.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies, Dr. Patrick Ogwell, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Honorable Janet Kataha Museveni, the Right Honorable Prime Minister of Uganda, Honorable Nabanja, Honorable Ministers present here, Honorable State Ministers present here. In particular, we single out our team leader, Honorable Hamson Oboa, not because we want to discriminate, but just because he led us, and we thank him for that. The Honorable Permanent Secretary is here present. The members of Parliament present. Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan to Uganda present. The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement Party, the MD of Absa Bank, the country manager of Lato Milk, the general manager of Sanlam. Those are our partners, Your Excellency, who supported partly Team Uganda. My colleagues from the National Council of Sports present here, my colleagues from the Uganda Olympic Committee, leaders from various national sports associations, Team Uganda here present, the media, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, on the 9th of July this year, at this very venue, you flagged off Team Uganda to the postponed Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games with the message, Your Excellency, to the team to be disciplined and the athletes to go out there and make our dear country, Uganda, proud. Your Excellency, today, we are happy that you're receiving the team before you that exhibited the highest level of discipline at the Games in Tokyo and Sapporo and made the country proud. Would like to, therefore, take this opportunity to thank both you and Mama for the fatherly and motherly message you gave your Bazukulu on that day, and for accepting to receive us back here on this glorious Wednesday afternoon. Our journey to the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, Your Excellency, started way back in 2019. At that time, Your Excellency, the Uganda Olympic Committee was headed by my good friend, and I preceded him, Mr. William Blick, who is now an IOC member, and various many other people at the National Council of Sports and the Ministry of Education. At that time, Your Excellency, we had 12 potential sports disciplines out of 35 sports codes that were due to compete at the Games. However, due to a number of factors, including COVID-19, we were able to present 4 sport codes, as the general team manager has indicated, with 25 athletes, 13 ladies and 12 men. For the first time ever, we had more ladies on the Ugandan team. These, Your Excellency, came from athletics, 19, boxing, 3. We had the first ever female boxer, Catherine, who is here, swimming, 2, and rowing, 1. These athletes, as has been introduced to you, were accompanied by a number of general team officials and coaches, and we thank the officials and coaches for the job well done. In addition, Your Excellency, we had officials from the government of Uganda, led by none other than our Golden Minister, the Minister of State for Education and Sports, Honorable Hamson Obua, as well as my colleagues from the National Council of Sports, the Uganda Olympic Committee, and a number of members who sit on the international sports bodies, including Mr. William Blick, Mr. Haji Musoke, Beatrice Aikuru, and myself. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, despite the COVID-19 challenges, we were able, through your guidance, to continue training during 2020, and we took heed of your advice to train using the SOPs that were provided as our weapons of defense, social distancing, and I'm happy to report, Your Excellency, that in accordance with your guidance from the 9th of July and before, despite the 1 or 2 cases we had in June in the pre-training camp, during the actual games, none of our athletes was affected by COVID-19. In total, we had about 357 cases from other countries during that time, but I'm happy that Team Uganda had no case from the athletes, and all the athletes were able to take part in their scheduled games. The team made every effort to prepare under the support of the government of Uganda and our partners, who I'll acknowledge shortly. At the end of the games, Your Excellency, Uganda was one of the 86 countries that won medals out of 206, and we were ranked 36th on the medal table, 47th overall out of 205 countries. However, Uganda was ranked, as my colleague has indicated, second in Africa, ahead of powerhouses like Egypt that had over 100 athletes, South Africa, Morocco. Up to now, they are wondering how the Bazukulu of Uganda managed to achieve this. And I'm sure they are busy studying all our techniques. Madame Peruth over there has a very unique way of running, which is the only one in the world. She's able to clear the barrier without touching it, and everybody was wondering how she does it. So we would like to congratulate all the Bazukulu of Uganda under your guidance, Mr. President, for this. Our overall performance was characterized by our athletes winning gold medals, four for the first time in 43 years, and these will be presented to you by our Honorable Minister. We have them here, the gold medalists, silver and bronze. These, Your Excellency, build upon a very rich history of Uganda. 1968, Mexico, Leo Rabogo ran bronze in boxing. Eridad Mukwanga, silver in boxing. 1972, Olympics, Munich, Leo Rabogo, silver, 2-time medalist. John Akibua, gold medal, 400 meters hurdles. 1980, Moscow Olympic Games. John the Beast Mugabe, silver in boxing. 1996, Atlanta, Georgia Games. Davis Kamoga, 400 meters bronze. He's here. And could he stand for recognition? 2012, London Olympics. Stephen Kiprotich, marathon, gold. So the 4 gold medals that we present to you, the medals that present to Your Excellency and First Lady, who the Honorable Minister will do, are building on what our previous Olympians have done. And there's no doubt that what we did in Tokyo and Sapporo has been the best ever games, which is a testament to the good leadership under your good self and the NRM government. The above achievements did not come from nowhere. They were deliberate efforts by the government of Uganda, the Olympic Committee, in conjunction with the National Council of Sports, the Minister of Education and Sports under the leadership of the First Lady and the Minister of State for Sports, in which we were able to present 25 athletes, the biggest team ever since 1972. Would like to congratulate all the officials who were able to represent Uganda at the international level, Mr. Achiga, who is here, Mr. Salim Musoke, Mr. William Blick, Beatrice Aikuru, and others. The team to Tokyo, as I conclude, Mr. President and Madam First Lady, has given a very good account of itself. We believe that we are now ready to ascend to the highest level of the sporting platform in Uganda. We have a number of games coming up, Your Excellency. We have the Commonwealth Games, Birmingham 2022, next year, the African Games in Accra, Ghana 2023, the Olympic Games, Tokyo in France 2024. And we believe, Your Excellency, with more progressive support from yourself, the government, and other partners, Team Uganda can do even better than we have done in this recent outing. We celebrate the achievements of the team, and we look forward also to dealing with issues of infrastructure together and the welfare of our athletes and the support of their coaches, physiotherapists, nutrition, and coaches. It's important to strengthen the capacity of our federations, and I believe that through the concerted effort of all of us working together, we should be able to do more. I would like to conclude my remarks, Your Excellency, by thanking the following. The government, led by yourself, Your Excellency, for the support that you've provided to Team Uganda. This team was fully supported by the government of Uganda during the qualification period and preparation. The National Organizing Committee for Tokyo 2020, led by the Honorable Hamson Dennis Obua, and representatives from the Ministry of Education and Sports, the partnership between National Council of Sports and the Uganda Olympic Committee. We have kept your minister, Honorable Mr. President, very busy. He attended 22 meetings in Tokyo, and we thank you, Honorable Minister, for being there for all those meetings, some of them starting as early as 7 a.m. Japanese time. It took us a bit of time to acclimatize to Ugandan time, but we thank the Honorable Minister for being there. We thank all the athletes and the medalists for their extreme support, their coaches who have done an extreme job. The coaches are the unsung heroes of these people we see here. We thank them. It would be remiss of me, Your Excellency, not to thank the people of Japan. The people of Japan, through the embassy here, were extremely hospitable. We thank them. Arigato gozaimasu. The two host cities of Izimano and Tatishima did us a good job where we had the training, and in Tokyo and Sapporo, and I'm sure the head of delegation will provide additional information on that. Our partners, we have the MD of Absa Bank, Mr. Kufunga Mumba. We thank you for the support from Absa Bank. Lato Milk, Bijoy, we thank you for that. Sanlam is also supported, as well as Uganda Tourism Board. We have the MD, Madame Lily. We worked very closely with these people to project a good image of Uganda, and they supported and complemented the support from government of Uganda. I would therefore like to close by thanking you, Your Excellency, and pledging that I thank the media as well for their good job that they did in amplifying Uganda. And I would like to thank for all the Ugandans for believing and standing with the team. And we believe, Your Excellency, that with the continued support and good leadership, your Bazukulu and other Bazukulus out there will do Uganda proud. One of our objectives, as I close, is we'd like to see Uganda participating in more than 4 sporting codes. Our objective in the coming 2024 would have to be probably 8 in other disciplines. And I'm sure your Bazukulu, Your Excellency, will do us proud. Thank you very much, and for God and my country.
Thank you very much, Dr. Donald Rokare, for very elaborate remark to His Excellency the President. Your Excellency, allow me to recognize with us the presence of the honorable members of Parliament. Cheptegei, we have the mother of Joshua, Irene Chemutai. We also have the siblings of Joshua, Chelangat Moses, and Joshua's beloved wife, Yeko Karo. Your Excellency, we also have the parents of Chemutai Peruth, Isaiah Moses, the father. We have Chester Sophie, the mother of Peruth, and also Chebet Collins. Jacob Kiplimo, as the mother with us, Miss Chesang Grace. The wife of Jacob is also here, Sandra Modesta, accompanied by the brother of Jacob, Cherotich Moses, another family member, Arap Moy Leonard. Sebe region is also represented by other opinion leaders who have walked the journey with this trio of Joshua, Jacob, and Peruth. Allow me to request Mr. Rotich Simba to stand up for recognition. Chemonges Martin, Chalangat Sarah, Mumenya Andrew, Chemonges Seiko Asiraf, Chalangat Peter, IP Injia Benjamin once again, Cherotich Anthony, Cherop Judith, Chebet Betty, Kusuro Betty, and Mr. Handro Sodowin, who is also the son of the soil with us. AIGP Andrew Sodowin. Your Excellency, we are also blessed to have other dignitaries, as I indicated earlier. We have the President of Uganda Boxing Federation, Mr. Moses Muhangi, is with us. Your Excellency, we had leaders of delegation to the two cities that hosted Uganda teams in the pre-games preparation, led by Aji Galiwango Zubairi for Tatesina City, and Mr. David Semakula Katende for Izumisano City. Your Excellencies, we have other members of the National Council of Sports Board with us. Cecilia Nyakoit is here. Mr. Mark Namanya. Mark Sally, rather, sorry. I have Mr. Sime Stephen, who also doubles as Director of the Public Sector Foundation, Uganda. Your Excellency, allow me at this point, as has been acknowledged, to once again introduce with appreciation our partners during our preparation, Mr. Muhamba Califonza, the MD of Habsa Bank, once again. We have Mr. Varages, Country Manager for Lato Milk. We also have Mr. Kobit Gary from Sanlam Insurance. And one of our biggest partners, Your Excellency, while we were in Tokyo, we launched our ambitious plan for promoting tourism in Uganda, which was led by Mr. Gunter Lang and the outgoing Commissioner for Physical Education and Sports, where we were able to meet over 100 countries who had already shown willingness to come, not only to visit Uganda, but to come and camp at the National Eye Active Training Center in Teriet once completed. We distributed over 5,000 flyers, which was prepared, and I want to proudly recognize and appreciate the contribution of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Madame Doreen Katusime, for working with us on this project, and the Executive Director of Uganda Tourism Board, Lily Ajarova, who is with us here. Thank you very much. May I take this opportunity now to welcome the Honorable Minister of State for Sports and leader of delegation for Team Uganda to Tokyo Olympics to make his remarks and present the medalist to Your Excellency. Honorable Minister, you're welcome.
Your Excellency, the Olympic Golden President of the Republic of Uganda, Mzee Wakazi, the revolutionary leader of the national resistance movement, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Mama, the one and only Olympic Golden First Lady and the Olympic Golden Minister of Education and Sports, here present. All the Olympic Golden dignitaries, the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, thank you for coming. The Right Honorable Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, thank you for coming. The Honorable Minister in charge of tourism, because we had a partnership that the moment you step out of the country, market the tourism potential of the country. Thank you for coming. My senior colleague, the Honorable Dr. J.C. Muyingo, who received us on behalf of government yesterday as we jetted back. Thank you for that humility and gesture on behalf of Mama. Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan in Uganda, thank you, Your Excellency, and all the officials at the embassy. The honorable members of Parliament here present, the permanent secretaries here present, and notably the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education and Sports, alongside your colleague from the Ministry of Tourism. Thank you for coming. Members of the National Organizing Committee, the private sector foundation, generally present here, all our partners, parents to our medalists, thank you for coming. The media, ladies and gentlemen in your respective capacities. Congratulations, the Republic of Uganda, to God be the glory. Congratulations, Your Excellency, the President. Congratulations, Mama. Congratulations, the people of Uganda. Before I introduce our medalist, or delegate one of my officials to handle that, Your Excellency, in the culture of the people of Lango, where I am born and where I come from, there is a saying in Luo that diang kaunywal iwang kwati yina kwa diang ena may maruchak. Literally meaning, if a cow delivers during your tenure as a herdsman, it is in order for you to partake of the milk. And you are the herdsman we are talking about, Your Excellency. The 4 medals we are celebrating today from the Olympic Games were not only delivered during your time, Your Excellency, were not only delivered during the leadership tenure of Mama at the Ministry of Education and Sports as minister, but you too took a center stage in our preparations. We want to salute you for this. We salute you, Your Excellency. You were able, together with Mama, to guide us during the most difficult time of COVID. You made calls, Mama made calls, you guided. The national resistance movement under your leadership funded the Olympic Games, Team Uganda, 100%. Our partners came to supplement the effort of the NRM government under your leadership. Mama guided, COVID-19 tests were done. All the team members were fully vaccinated and were considered as priority. Thank you, Mama. Your Excellency, looking at the support offered the wise counsel and guidance, the direction you made, the calls you made. It is in order for you to be appreciated. It is in order for me, as your humble delegate, I was there doing the role of my father. That was not my role. And you are the father of the nation. I was there executing the role of my mother, and Mama is the mother of the nation. As leader of delegation, I was a delegate. I was a servant. Where we didn't go well, or where it did not go well, we plead guilty and pray for your forgiveness. We tried our best in the circumstances to deliver Uganda to where we wanted to go. Your Excellency and Mama, on the day you handed over the black, yellow, red, our national flag, to the respective team captains of Team Uganda, you issued what in the military you call operational orders and guidelines. And in the operational orders, you highlighted 4 key strategic points and tactical points that Team Uganda must follow. Your Excellency, as the battle group commander of Team Uganda, we followed your guidance and that of Mama to the dot. And today I stand here to report to you, Your Excellency, that your team executed the mission. Your team achieved the goal. Your team achieved the purpose for which we represented Uganda at the Tokyo Games. For the first time, Your Excellency, the world was able to gather in Tokyo. There were over 11,000 athletes from all the 205 Olympic nations of the world. Because there are 6 in total, it is only North Korea that did not fill a team. There were over 79,000 officials in different categories, representing government, technical, national organizing committees, and the Olympic committees. Your Excellency and Mama, specifically, I bring you warm and fraternal greetings from your long-time friend, a Pan-Africanist, Mama Rebecca Garang, who led the South Sudan delegation to the Olympic Games. We met her and we deliver our wishes to you in our official capacity as the Vice President of South Sudan. Your Excellency, in all that we executed, Team Uganda made positives in a number of directions. A number of them have been talked about. But let me highlight where we were able to make historical strides in this competition and participation. Josuah Cheptegei, without a doubt, has gone down in the history of Uganda as the most celebrated, as the best athlete, both in the pre- and post-independence history of Uganda. Joshua, we salute you. In one Olympic competition, he was able to win 2 medals, 1 gold, 1 silver. Mr. Joshua Cheptegei, may I, with the virtue of the authority entrusted to me by my 2 seniors, the President and my Minister, request you to rise up as I present you to His Excellency the President. Just rise up and bow. In the Japanese way, arigato, arigato. Your Excellency, this is the CV of Joshua Cheptegei. He is the world record holder for 10,000 meters. The world record holder. He is the world record holder for 5,000 meters. He is the world record holder for 5 kilometers. He is the world record holder for 15 kilometers race. He is the world champion for 10,000 meters in the world athletics. He is the cross-country champion. He is the double gold medalist for Commonwealth. He is an Olympic silver medalist. He is the first Uganda to win 2 medals in the same Olympic Games. Josuah Cheptegei joins 2 great Ugandans. One of them is my uncle, the late John Akibwa, who made history as the first Ugandan to win gold medal at the Olympics in 1972. He joins his brother, Afande Kiprotich, who is here and is present in person. Your Excellency, I proceed to present to you my young sister. My young sister is none other than Chemutai Peruth. Chemutai Peruth makes history as the first Ugandan lady in the pre and post and since creation of the Republic of Uganda to win an Olympic gold medal in 3,000 steeplechase. Your Excellency, I proceed to present to you my young brother, Mr. Jacob Kiplimo of the Republic of Uganda. Mr. Jacob Kiplimo is the Olympic medalist, and he joins the other Ugandans in the category of the Olympic bronze medal. But we are also aware that he is the champion that we decorated here in Kololo. Your Excellency, you and Mama were present when the world hosted one of the events here in Kololo sometimes back.
2017.
In 2017, he was a champion.
Under 20.
Again in Poland, he brought glory. So we are talking about people who are disciplined, people who follow instructions, people who love God, people who pray. And Team Uganda would hold prayers every morning. Our chaplain was the president of Uganda Athletics Federation. He would gather us virtually to attend the morning prayers. Mr. Tuchet, may God bless you. Your Excellency, within the time I've served as Minister of State for Sports, let me report to you that the Uganda Athletic Federation, out of 51 federations that we oversee on behalf of government, is the most disciplined, sports federation that we have. Most decorated, I don't want to add, but let me bring in the aspect of discipline. Your Excellency, you told us that without discipline, you are nowhere. All was not well for Team Uganda. In our preparations, Saturn was not happy that Uganda would deliver glory at the Olympics 2020. Saturn fought left, right, and center. In the pre-Olympic, I'm talking about pre, that means before Olympic. In the pre-Olympic training camp. The 2 COVID cases that Uganda had featured prominent globally. CNN, BBC, to mention but a few. But Your Excellency, there were over 300 cases. I do not know, to date I'm still trying with my little knowledge to find out why the 2 cases from Uganda featured prominently. Were these international media being used against Uganda? We pray that God one day will provide the answer. Over 300 cases and only 2 from Uganda. May God forgive them. I watched some of their stations even after us winning 2 gold medals. They never featured our athletes. I watched. I was keen every morning in my hotel room. I would watch. They never featured. They were featuring other countries. But on negativity, Uganda would take a center stage. Positivity, they went mute. Secondly, Your Excellency, one of our athletes in the pre-Olympic Games, because I need to report to you, behaved in a manner that I am tempted to describe as uncultured, as unpatriotic, as unnationalistic, when he escaped from the training camp where Japanese government had offered 2 cities for us to train before the Games, for athletes who had qualified and for athletes who were on the queue for qualification. Because of COVID, a number of international federations had to postpone coming out with the final list of athletes who had qualified. But since the MOU that we had signed with Japan allowed us, both for those who qualified and those on the queue, we had to take him. Because if we had left him here, then he's declared qualified. Because he was on the queue. This action, Your Excellency, brought disrepute to our country. I am a disciplinarian from my rural village. Your Excellency, we have a code of conduct that was signed by all the 25, including the prospective athletes, to qualify. We are going to invoke that for this particular athlete to be subjected to our disciplinary processes and proceedings to see whether he did not act in contravention of the code of conduct. That is 1. 2, whether his action did not amount to a breach of the protocol for the pre-Olympic training camp in Japan. Because one of them was that all of us were being subjected to daily COVID tests. Daily COVID tests for all the days we were in Japan. He disappeared for 4 days. That one is automatic. You don't need a court to sit. You don't need a court to sit. We need discipline to be restored in the sports subsector. We need discipline if our country is to prosper. We need discipline if we as a people are to love our country. So, Your Excellency, allow me to proceed with the disciplinary action in line with our written code of conduct. Your Excellency, since 1990s, Ugandans go for international obligations and they disappear. It did not start yesterday. In the 90s, the record is there. The names of Ugandans who disappeared. 2000, the same. But this one, by the grace of God, he was able to be got. And we want to use him just like you use discipline in the military. And we have a discipline force. More discipline than the civilian authority. It is us, the civilian authority, giving you headache. not the military. The military is well disciplined. We want to borrow a leaf from that, Your Excellency, into the sports subsector. You can't bring disrepute to a great nation like Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, whose motto is for God and my country. Your Excellency, I said we brought glory in a number of areas. Much as a number of our athletes did not proceed to get medals, we must salute them because a number of them qualified for the finals. For the finals, and they were defeated in finals. They did not take number 1, number 2, number 3 to qualify for the different categories of medals for the Olympics. But at least in different categories, they qualified for finals. Your Excellency, that presents a very bright and brighter and brightest future for the sports subsector of Uganda. Because we know going forward, we still have combatants who are able to deliver glory through sports in the various competitions. Your Excellency and Mama, this action that brought disrepute, we want to say that the devil is a liar. The devil is a real liar. He tried Uganda, but we were destined for glory. You have heard the number of countries that fell behind Uganda. Great nations of the world fell behind us. We started walking like the people of Uganda. We started walking like you, Your Excellency, the great President of the Republic of Uganda. And they started asking us, where are you from? Uganda. And they would say, Uganda, 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 Uganda. Your Excellency, the Olympic Games were not only about the games. We were able to exercise the best of our ability on commercial and economic diplomacy for our country. In the various meetings that we had, we were able to widen, to deepen, to entrench possible and prospective collaborations, understandings through those meetings. We were able to market our country, especially sports tourism. We were able to tell the world that your leadership is constructing the National High Altitude Center, which upon completion will be one of the best, over 2,500 meters above sea level. We did this, Your Excellency. That explains why the Ministry of Tourism is here, why Uganda Tourism Board is here. But in our social media, they are talking about officials. Your Excellency, using the revolutionary methods of work of the NRM, as team leader, your representative, and the representative of Mama, I would chair on a daily basis meetings for us to assess and evaluate ourselves. In the night, on a daily basis, virtually. What went wrong today? What went right today? Which engagements are we involved in tomorrow? Who are the people in charge? Partly, that also contributed. Because leadership that came from you had to be exercised. Your Excellency, you have always exhibited and conducted yourself and acted with precision. We, the young generation, must be able to admire you and say, when we grow up, we want to be like His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Your Excellency, before I deliver thanks, I want to say that we know you as a forward-looking President of Uganda. We know you as a president who thinks ahead. We are today here gathered celebrating the Olympic Games. But to us in the sports subsector, we are saying the Olympic Games are over. Going forward, what must we do? Your Excellency, in addition to what the chairperson of the National Council of Sports stated, there are lined up national, regional, continental, and international competitions that Team Uganda must prepare, assemble, and a team should participate. He mentioned some. But so soon, our national netball team, our national basketball team, to be specific, is supposed to participate in the AFCON finals in Kigali, Rwanda. AFCON is Africa Cup of Nations. Your Excellency, in the same August, we are supposed to deliver a team for the World Athletics Junior Championship in Nairobi. Your Excellency, between September to November 2021, our senior national football team, the Uganda Cranes, has 6 World Cup qualifier games, what they call back-to-back, home and away, within 2 months. Your Excellency, we are supposed to kickstart preparations for the Commonwealth Games 2022, All Africa Games 2023, the Olympic and Paralympic Games 2024, among others. As the Ministry of Education and Sports, we have humbly written to you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, in conclusion, permit me to give thanks. First of all, to God be the glory. Your Excellency, if we had time, we would even sing for you, because we know, and I know, your best hymn song is What a Friend We Have in Jesus. That is your best hymn song. What a friend we have in Jesus. To deliver this victory to us under your leadership this far, at the world level, the Olympic Games is the pinnacle, is the apex of all sporting competitions in the world. I want to register thanks from the bottom of my heart and that of Team Uganda. First to you, Your Excellency, for supporting us at a very difficult time. To you, Mama, for supporting us at a very difficult time. I thank both of you on behalf of the people of Uganda for taking a bold decision during COVID-19 to clear Team Uganda to participate and compete in the Olympic Games 2020. May God bless you and reward you abundantly. I want to thank the Ministry of Education and Sports, National Council of Sports, Uganda Olympics Committee, the national federations that gave us athletes, Uganda Athletics Federation, Uganda Boxing Federation, Uganda Swimming Federation, Uganda Rowing Federation, all the coaches, officials, members of NOC, Cheptegei region, I also thank the people of Ajuri County. Because Ajuri County also made history, Your Excellency, they presented a man who became the first Olympic gold medalist in the history of Uganda. I must thank them for giving me their mandate, and you and Mama delegated me to lead the team. I had no option. I had no option but to carry on with the legacy of Ajuri County in Aleptong district at the level of Olympics. Your Excellency, I thank the private sector. One thing we realized while there, Your Excellency, from the various meetings, developed countries, sports is funded by the private sector. The role of government is to put in place a conducive atmosphere for these big giants, corporate companies, to come and invest. That is all. In the context of Uganda, Your Excellency, we still plead with you. These corporate companies are here. There's something they call corporate social responsibility. We invited representatives of the private sector because we would want to make an entry point. You sacrificed and brought peace. Why wouldn't they go to Central African Republic to invest? Why wouldn't they go to Somalia? Why did they choose to come to Uganda? Because, Your Excellency, you sacrificed and there is peace in Uganda. Can they make a contribution through corporate social responsibility to support the various federations? We invited private sector foundation here. Sooner or later, we will start the engagement. UK, Canada, where it is the private sector, even South Africa, taking the lead. They are here present, Your Excellency. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Your Excellency, represented by the Embassy of the Republic of Uganda in Japan, Tokyo, should be saluted before you. They did an excellent job, both during the pre-Olympics training camp and during the mainstream Olympics. I want to salute the acting ambassador who is soon retiring, Ambassador Mwangusho. I want to salute two officers, one Mr. Shadrach and the other one Michelle, who did an excellent job for Team Uganda, including the drivers who were operating between the two cities of Izumisano and Tateshina. Should be saluted. Should be saluted. And I want to do that here because there is no another better place to thank them. The people of Japan, through the ambassador, arigato, 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 convey our warmest appreciation to the Japanese authority. Your Excellency, the Japanese were great. If some of these indisciplined Ugandans could be taken to a country like Japan to see patriotism at its best, nationalism at its best, they would come back here and stop negativity in their minds and know that the only country they have is the Republic of Uganda and no another country. The Japanese were amazing. The Japanese were great. I want to pay special tribute to the volunteers. Every morning, you find them standing. Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good night, arigato, arigato. Extend, Your Excellency, our appreciation. I was humbled and deeply touched by the level of comradeship, by the level of togetherness, by the level of patriotism, by the level of nationalism exhibited by the people of Japan. I wish God could only send us 60%, especially to some indisciplined characters in our society, in the Republic of Uganda. We would know that this is the only great country that we have. Thank you, Your Excellency. Convey our appreciation. Your Excellency, I am done. Scientifically, you handed over to us the flag of the Republic of Uganda. I don't want to conclude my speech without scientifically saying the flag is available. And we shall scientifically earn it back to you. And may it be construed that the leader of delegation of Team Uganda for Tokyo 2020 Games has handed over the flag of the Republic of Uganda back to His Excellency the President. Your Excellency, thank you. Mama, thank you. Athletes, thank you. Officials, thank you. The people of Uganda, I salute you. Sports united us. If we can proceed with that spirit, this country will go a long way. May the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob pour blessings upon you here, and those who are listening to us, those who are not listening to us. I say all this in the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. For God and my country, God bless you. Your Excellency, let me now take this opportunity to invite the Olympic Golden Mother of the nation, Mama, the First Lady, and the Minister of Education and Sports, to address us and in turn invite His Excellency the President. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Bua. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Ministers of State for Sports, Honorable Bua, of Higher Education, Honorable Myingo, Minister for Tourism, Honorable Butime, the Japanese ambassador present here, our gallant athletes, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Yes, I will repeat the words that have been said before. About a month ago, on the 9th of July, 2021, we were in this very place, flagging off our national team of 25 athletes to represent our beloved country at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. At the time of sending them off to become our ambassadors at the 2020 Tokyo Games, we were seeing them off who had excelled as national champions. Few as world champions, and one Olympic champion to represent our country. But today, we are not only receiving back national champions and world champions, but more Olympic champions. This is a team that has raised our national flag globally. We can only say that this is the doing of the Lord, and it is marvelous in our eyes. And so, I thank God who went before you as your shield and rear guard to protect you against any harm. We knew that you are going to a country that was also facing its own challenge from the COVID-19 pandemic. But you have all returned home unscathed, and we thank God for that. On behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sports, I want to thank you, Mr. President, for supporting our young people to excel, first by bringing peace and stability, as Honorable Bua just said, that allows Ugandans to develop their talents, but you have also given a lot of support to our sportsmen and women to ensure that they participate in important sports events all over the world. I must also thank the Japanese government and people of Japan for hosting you, Team Uganda, through the entire duration of your stay in Japan. Yes, it's good to clap for them. They took good care of you and ensured your safe departure to come back home. During the ceremony to award the gold medal to Paris Chemutai for winning the 3,000 meters steeplechase race. A commentator on one of the international television sports channels said, in quotes, "And what an unadulterated joy this win will have triggered back home in Uganda." We were listening back here, and he said, "One of the friendliest, most beautiful countries you can ever wish to visit," unquote. Now that comment captures the mood that our Team Uganda ignited in us here at home by their performance thousands of miles away from home. Thank you, Team Uganda, for bringing your country joy on the world stage. We shared your joy then, we still do right now, and shall continue to do so for as long as we who witness such moments can remember the medal-winning races by Peru's Chemutai, Jacob Kiplimo, and Josuah Cheptegei. We count on you, Team Uganda, our outstanding athletes, for you are true ambassadors of your country. Just by the commentator's remark alone, it was announced to the whole world that Uganda is one of the friendliest, most beautiful countries you can ever wish to visit on the globe. It was beautiful to hear. Indeed, God has given us a beautiful country, gifted by nature, we say, and with beautiful people. This is a challenge to us now to desist from tearing down our own country through our words and our actions. Our athletes, your performance affirmed the honor and the favor of God on our country. And certainly, there are people who will come to visit Uganda because of what they saw and heard said about the Uganda you represented at these games. To our young people in Uganda watching or listening, and to you, our athletes, I say to you that you take time to intentionally learn from Team Uganda of 2020 Tokyo Games. Those who are listening to us, please learn from these ones to excel at the world stage in any form takes not only talent and training, but discipline, as you yourselves have said. The discipline to compete and live by the rules of the game. Many are talented, but few have the discipline to go far. It is discipline, the ingredient of the character that will elevate you to levels that talent alone will never take you, no matter the training you receive. Therefore, as we celebrate the remarkable achievements of Team Uganda at the 2020 Tokyo Games, what we saw them attain is a mere snapshot of their lives, I believe. These athletes have a disciplined lifestyle of training, of feeding, and living. I say to our young people again that you do not just desire to achieve the end without committing to discipline. Without a lifestyle of discipline, it is impossible to go far in any aspect of life. As the Apostle Paul says in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verses 26 to 27, in quotes, "Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize," unquote. Many young people do miss the prizes that lie ahead of them in life because of failure to live disciplined lives. Our young people, I beseech you now to say no to the vices in our own society and societies elsewhere, whom you may watch on TV, whom you may hear, you may read about in social media, and so on and so forth. Shun the negative influences that are tempting you away from winning the races that God has set before you in life. You see, Cheptegei, Kiplimo, Chemutai, and Kiprotich, and all the other athletes in Team Uganda had to compete by themselves. No other person could race on before all these outstanding athletes. And that is how life is. Each one of us must run our own race in life and run it well. Of course, there are leaders. They are there, and so are your parents and guardians to encourage you and nurture you along the race of life, but ultimately, you must run the race yourself. This applies to everybody. Everybody seated here and all listening to the sound of my voice. At this point, I wish to thank the technical staff that accompanied Team Uganda to Tokyo. Even though you were not racing, your role was important. Just like, yes, it was important. Just like the role of parents and guardians is in supporting their children to run their own races in life, so was your role. And we thank you. To our cherished champions, do not forget how you got to where you are. You got to where you are by training and discipline. Do not forsake these, lest you forsake your treasured prizes. That is your achievements and ultimately your lives. It is now my honor to invite your president to speak to you, our young people and beloved people. I thank you all and God bless you.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister, the Honourable Ministers, sports officials, and the Olympians, the athletes and sportsmen who represented us in the Olympics. We shall know them by their fruits. That's what the Bible says. I'm not the one who said that. People can talk, make propaganda, but in the end, reality will come out. I read an article recently written by one of your people, and it was saying this is a miracle that our success in Japan is a miracle. And why was it a miracle? It is a miracle because Kenya spends 450 billion shillings on sports. I even remember the figures he was quoting. South Africa spends 264 billion. Uganda, we spend only 18 billion. And even the 18 billion did not come. I think only 10 billion came. It was in an article. And then he said, you see, this is a miracle to see the one who doesn't spend any money winning medals. But this was not a miracle. Watch here. Okay, you want to bring here? Okay. This was not a miracle. The fact of the matter is that Uganda is uniquely endowed by both the natural resources and the human resource. The unfortunate thing is that some of our people don't see this, and they are trying to mess up some of the endowments, like the environment. In terms of the physical features of our country, Uganda has these high mountains and also the plateau of Uganda, what you would call the lowlands. Now, these communities which live in the different areas have different potentials. The highland communities, because according to physics, the atmosphere is thinner up there. Their lungs get accustomed to economy of oxygen. And when you take them at sea level, Japan, Tokyo, they just outcompete the others because their lungs are very, very efficient. This is not the first time. Some of those people you are quoting, somebody was, I think it was Rukari. People like, no, he didn't quote that one. There was, in the 50s, there were people like Rwakojo. He was from the Rwenzori Mountain. Bakonjo, they were Konjo people. Then you had people like Hatega from Michisoro, was a runner for the 800 meters. Then there was somebody called Koskei. Koskei won a silver medal. I think it may have been in the Commonwealth. I don't know whether he's still alive. Koskei. I think he was a policeman also. 1968, 70 there. And on the Kenyan side, you get the people like Cheptegei because of those highlands. So they have that potential, big potential, naturally given to them by the highlands where they live. I don't know why the people of Nepal don't feature so much in sports, because they live in the Everest mountain. I don't know why. I've not studied it. Then you come to the lowlands. That's where you find the short distance people, the sprinters, because the Highland people are very good at 1 mile. 1 mile is what? 1,500. 1 mile. The mile is equivalent to what? 1,500 meters? The mile, because Kipchoge came 1 mile. Huh? Is what?
1,000 meters.
1,000?
1,600.
The mile. So, but what is its equivalent? Because you don't use mile now. 1,500. So the higher altitude communities, they are good at the 1,500, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, the marathon. The Ethiopians, you know, that's why they are very good at those. Bikira Abebe, Kiprotich. Bikira Abebe won the Olympics of Rome, 1960, and I think even Tokyo, 1964. Abebe Bikira, the Ethiopian. So, this is a natural endowment for our highland communities. Then for the lowlands, boxing, that's why Baganda, we are very, very, very active in boxing because they are short and stocky. Like in the 1950s, you would get people like Serwaji, the ones you are talking about, like Mugabe, people like Leo Rwabogo, all those. Boxing and sprints, 400 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters. This, our man who died recently, Agure Awori. Agure Awori was a very good sprinter in 100 meters and 200 meters. So you have got this natural endowment. The land is well endowed, the communities are well endowed. But what was the problem? The high jumpers, the Bateso with long legs, you know. You fellows, you have not come to so that I give you all the history of the sports. The other time I spoke about it when you came with Awori. There was a Teso man, I think he was also a policeman, a Tolu died recently, and I was looking for him. I hope they send support. When I was in the school system, I saw him doing the high jump. I think it was in Perth, Australia, for the Commonwealth Games of 1954. A Tolu, high jump. So all these communities have different characteristics which are there. And really, Uganda can become a very big sports country, outcompete all these other people. So, where it is not a miracle, is that all this potential is there and has always been there. But why had it not come out before? Because there was something missing, a number of things missing. Not just money, 18 billion, 20 billion. One of the things that was missing was peace. Chemutai, where do you come? You come from Bukwo? Bukwo. In the past, people of Bukwo could not show their talent. Why? Because they are right on the border with Kenya, and they were being raided by the Pokot from Kenya and the Karamojong from Karamoja. That's why the lowland, what we call Ngenge, people were displaced. They were not in their homes. They were in the displaced people's camp. So how would the children show their talent? So one of the factors when you see these people, it's not well planned, yes, it's not well planned. They are coming out by themselves, spontaneously, but it is because there is peace that they are able to come out. So don't talk of miracles. This is not a miracle, it is a product of something. Secondly, UPE. UPE, the elite have refused to implement it properly.